m'entendez? Online? Vous m'entendez?
Yeah, we
Yes,
hear you.
sir.
Yeah, okay, good. Mettez-vous sur
Loud
mute.
and
Thank you.
clear.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Okay, good. Good, bon. Alors, on va parler de pricing. We're going to talk about pricing property and selling phones. Who wants a new phone? I have one for sale.
For free or for sale?
Well, actually, I start with free. Whoever wants it, just jump on it, take it. Okay, so let's talk about pricing. How important do you think pricing a property is?
It's the most important.
Very.
Okay, come on in. Come, in. Oh, il est là.
Ta place habituelle.
Okay, so pricing property. Pricing property, my friends, is the most important thing you will ever need to learn. So, not just pricing property, but how to answer objections on pricing property. So, let me give you a quick idea. Why do you think we have 62,000 properties up for sale today? Because if you go on Centrus, there's 62,000 properties for sale. Why do you think there's so many?
They're not selling?
Yeah, why?
You're too high price.
It's always about price. It's always about price. Remember this. There's always, in this market, there's always, the prices are roughly on average between 3 to 5% overpriced. Okay? Doesn't mean every property is overpriced, but it means if I take the average of the property, so 62,000 properties times the amount of money that they are listed for, they would be about 5% overpriced overall. Is that clear? That make it a little, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, some of it are 10%, some of them are flat, right price, and they're selling. Okay. So, why is it so important to price property correctly? Why do you think it's so important? Somebody's phone is vibrating, I will sell that one.
Snitch.
Who wants it? How do you put this stuff on here?
Give me one right there.
How do you turn it off?
It's muted.
It's vibrating in my hand.
But then I'm trying
No,
to
just put
write,
it off.
and it can't
Oh,
write
no.
because the whole
Okay, so
computer's going like this.
It's muted.
I don't care, it's still vibrating. Put it in another room.
No.
Over there.
Vibrate somewhere else. I'm watching. Okay, so it's annoying. All right, so guys, why is it important to have the right price? If it vibrates, I swear to God, I'm putting you out with it. Put it up, put it, do whatever.
Do
you
not
need.
disturb.
I don't know.
Okay, I figure it out
Yeah, sure.
quick. Okay, so why is it important to have the right price?
To sell in time?
Oh,
To sell on time. What else?
Not to expire.
Obviously, that means to sell it.
Avoir la visibilité qu'il faut.
On s'en fout.
What?
Let me ask you something. When you want to buy something, okay, you want to buy, cups, all right? And you have 3, 4 different cups. They all look alike.
Value.
One of them is selling for $4. They all look alike. They're not much different, okay? Okay, colors, whatever, you like them all. They're all good. One is 4, one is 3, one is 3, one is 2. Which one do you buy? Logic, right? Now don't start telling me, yeah, but I prefer the white a little bit more. I don't care about that, okay? Let's go to logic. It's always about price. So who decides the price on a property?
Market.
The buyer says the market. What is the market?
The buyer.
Is it only the buyer?
The broker.
The banks. The banks decide on the price too. Remember that. The bank will send their evaluator. You could be, innocent and not know the price. And let's say you don't have an agent, or you do have an agent, and you just put a price on a property. They're asking 500. You put in 500. What does the bank do? The bank wants to make sure it's gonna be worth 500. They're gonna send is there some times that they don't send an evaluator?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Most of the time they do.
If it was priced, like, if the offer was on point, they don't.
No. They still send. So not all the time. Sometimes they have area codes, they have some systems in place where.
Can I ask you something later?
Yes, yes. So typically they'll always send an evaluator. The reason why they send an evaluator is because they're lending money. They lend money, they want to make sure there's enough equity in that property. If the guy or the girl or the buyer defaults, they'll be able to take it over and not get in trouble. Okay? So how do you make sure you understand pricing? Because you need, look at it. Who's the expert in this? So all the time when you guys pre-qualify the clients, tell them, so what price do you want to put your property on? Half the time they say, "No, the expert, you're going to tell me blah, 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 blah," all that crap. Okay, so who is the expert?
Appraisers.
No, appraisers are definitely not the experts. Why? Why? Can anybody tell me why? Appraiser, they're the most technical people in the world, yes, but they're not the experts. You know why? They don't sell any properties.
So it's you.
Two, how do you become an expert?
By selling many properties and selling many properties.
Yeah, that's one way. But let's say you don't have tons of properties to sell. How do you still become an expert?
See what's on the market, what was sold.
You check
Statistics, market, you check,
compatible.
comparables, blah, 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 no good. Come on, give me another one. Give me the right one. Give me the one I'm looking for. The real one.
Motivation.
Nope.
So,
Hey,
and
look,
then
come
you have
back,
that
back.
one.
I put it on do not disturb and
I
Is
then.
swear to God, I'm gonna fucking throw you in it.
No.
It's bugging me, it's bothering me, please. Turn it off or do something with it. Or else I swear to God, I'm putting it on.
And you apply.
And I'm not I don't care. Okay, so please, guys, it's disturbing me. It's removing I don't have my phone on me, please, guys. Thank you. Respect. Okay. So what is it that I'm looking for? What makes an expert in something?
Experience.
Okay, experience, practice, you're closer. What else?
L'étude.
Okay, mais comment t'étudies?
L'étude du marché, au fond.
Go on visit.
Guys, you guys use stupid words. It's too much. It's too
Yeah,
much.
Your feelings, your.
Feelings. Really? Okay.
CMA.
No.
10,000 hours.
Okay, but how do you get them? How do you get them? That's good. At least we're getting there. Okay.
What the-
How do you become an expert at something? You need 10,000 hours of something to become an expert at that thing. How do you become an expert having a lot of hours if you haven't been in the business for 5 years? How do you do that?
Talk to other experts.
Practicing, repeating,
What?
practicing or repeating it.
Guys, it's simpler than that. Come on.
Ask Fadi.
Inspecteur strict.
Let me ask you something.
Knowledge of the market.
What's that?
Knowledge of the market.
How do you do that? How do you build that knowledge?
Over time.
You need
Enrichir
to
One
properly.
sided.
No one said it. No, hold on.
I keep viewing, I keep
Reviewing?
viewing. I keep
Viewing?
viewing.
You did? Okay, so I'm sorry. If you did, I'm
It's
sorry.
recorded.
Is it record? It is. Ask the, how do you call it? Video.
Yeah.
Toronto.
Video.
Okay, so.
Video replay.
Okay. Previewing properties. Guys, it is, you guys don't understand how important that is. When I started in this business, I had an area in mind that I wanted to work. And there was two very, very strong agents from different companies. And I wanted to get into this market. The only way I was able to penetrate this market and have dominance in it was by previewing. I was previewing every single property on the market, every one of them. So I would send a request to these two top agents. I wouldn't do a lot of them, okay? But to the others, because they're not the only ones in the area, right? I would always send a message and I would say, I got a buyer from Toronto or from Vancouver, from Quebec City or from whatever it is. He wants me to preview 4 or 5 properties in the area. and give him a report. Can I visit tomorrow night at 6? And I would go see the property, and I would go see 5 properties every day. That's 35 properties a week. Okay? That's how many I used to do every single day, 5 visits, because I had nothing else. I had no business. Or I was prospecting, getting some leads, but I would. What's the point? I'll tell you what's the point. So what I would do is I would go and take notes of the property, and then look when it sells, how much it sold for. So I would go in and say, well, I know it. The cool thing was when I would get an appointment with somebody from the neighborhood, and I show the comparables, most likely I've visited the properties that I'm showing that were sold. They can't tell me about the kitchen because I've seen the kitchen and it is red and I've seen it the color and I've seen the whatever, right? So my expertise when I was sitting with the seller was, geez, that guy knows his market. Okay? I was new. I hadn't been in the business for 10,000 hours. But you know what I did have that everybody didn't have? I knew exactly which properties sold at what price and what they look like inside because I visited them. And you know what I had also? Every time they expired, guess what? I've already been there. Okay? So, yes.
These brokers always open to you pre-bidding?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm always open. You guys want to see my property? Go ahead. If you got to buy it, I'm happy that you bring it. Why wouldn't you? Right? Okay. And don't forget, so like right now is a normal market. Okay. A few months ago, or let's say a year and a half ago, was not a normal market. So they wouldn't let you guys would sell in no time. But now you're going back to the normal. What's that? No, they just want to sell. Okay. So you don't have to go see the property that just listed. Like let's say it's been on the market for 2 weeks and it hasn't sold. You go, they'll let you in. They'll be happy to have you in. Maybe you do have a buyer for them. And maybe you will.
Maybe you're buying it.
Maybe you're buying it. Okay. So that's the best way, I think, to build your confidence in pricing is to actually know what's going on. So if you decide to work in a certain neighborhood, it's always good to do that. Now, if you decide you don't want to go in a certain neighborhood, you want to go at large, then it's easier because then you can go and see different properties in different neighborhoods. Okay. So let me ask you something. Who is yes?
J'ai une question juste
Vas-y.
par rapport aux
Vas-y.
valuateurs que tu as dit, ils sont extrêmement techniques, mais c'est pas ça qui fait le travail. L'évaluation, j'imagine que c'est une partie technique.
Oui, absolument.
Ouais. Donc, c'est quoi la différence entre une évaluation qui est basée sur la technique versus connaître le marché ou peu importe?
C'est sûr qu'eux autres vont utiliser aussi les mêmes techniques que vous. OK? Ils vont regarder les parités, ils vont regarder les comparables, etc. Ce que je dis, c'est qu'ils ne sont pas experts, pas parce qu'ils ne sont pas experts, c'est parce que ces gens-là, typiquement, c'est un travail mécanique. Okay? Ça ne veut pas dire que la personne va l'acheter à ce prix-là. Souvent, une propriété va avoir un prix. Okay? Et le prix, c'est basé sur les comparables. C'est comme vous. Quand vous faites une évaluation pour une propriété, est-ce que vous êtes toujours exact? Non. C'est qui est exact?
L'acheteur.
C'est l'acheteur. Quand il y a une promesse d'achat acceptée, finalisée, on est chez le notaire, ça, c'est le prix exact.
Donc, on ramène le côté qualitatif, donc pas seulement le quantitatif.
Oui, parce que quand tu parles avec moi, quand je fais une évaluation, puis je m'en vais voir le client, puis je vais aller visiter la propriété, je vais leur dire, par exemple, quand j'arrive à un prix, premièrement, je n'arrive pas à 8 prix. Okay? Beaucoup d'entre vous, c'est entre eux et entre eux. C'est pas bon, ça. Donner un prix. Mais ce que j'explique, c'est que je dis, ce prix-là, selon les comparables, selon l'évaluation qu'on a faite, selon les ajustements que nous avons effectués, 8 chances sur 10, ça va se vendre alentour de ce prix-là. Un petit peu plus, un petit peu moins. Mais vous allez quand même avoir 20% de chances qu'ils vont peut-être payer pas mal plus ou pas mal moins, dépendamment de s'il y a assez d'acheteurs pour venir voir la propriété. C'est la même chose que, disons que vous avez une voiture, donc que vous avez, une Mercedes, okay? Vous voulez la vendre, et puis, c'est quoi? Une C300. Okay. Donc, vous avez une C300, quelle année? 2020. Parfait. Une C300 2020, je ne sais pas ce que ça vaut, on va dire que ça vaut 40 000. OK? Puis vous êtes, écoutez, mais je suis sérieux, là, regardez, vous avez une voiture qui vaut 40 000 $, 30 000 peu importe, puis vous êtes à Montréal, où est-ce qu'il y a 4,5 millions d'habitants, c'est quoi les chances qu'on va la vendre au bon prix? Pas mal. OK? Vous prenez la même voiture, vous allez dans un petit village dans le nord du Québec, où est-ce qu'il y a 100 habitants, vous avez cette voiture-là à vendre, quelles sont les chances qu'on va la vendre pour 40 000? Elle vient de baisser. OK? Pourquoi? Pas parce que la voiture ne vaut pas 40 000, c'est parce qu'il n'y a pas assez d'acheteurs pour payer 40 000 pour typiquement cette voiture-là. Okay? Il y a 100 voitures dans tout le village. Peut-être qu'il y a quelqu'un qui va dire ah, j'ai toujours voulu une C300, puis il n'y en a pas dans le village, je vais payer 50 000. Peut-être qu'il y en a d'autres qui vont dire moi, si tu m'en vendrais à 20 000, je l'achèterais, mais plus que ça, je ne vais pas payer parce que moi, c'est juste pour aller du point A au point B. Tu comprends?
C'est l'exception.
Oui, et c'est là où est-ce que, quand je dis que vous donnez un prix, vous expliquez ça au client. Les chances sont que ça va varier quelque part dans ce prix-là. Ça peut être un petit peu plus, un petit peu moins, mais c'est rarement beaucoup plus, beaucoup moins. Okay? Parce qu'on est quand même dans Montréal. On est dans une ville où est-ce qu'il y a beaucoup de transactions qui se font. Est-ce que c'est clair? L'évaluateur, lui, arrive avec un prix fixe. C'est-à-dire c'est ça que ça vaut. Et le ça, ce n'est pas la réalité. Le ça, c'est ce que l'acheteur va faire comme réalité. C'est ça la réalité. OK? Ça répond à ta question? C'est bon.
Ça se peut que l'évaluateur dit que ça vaut 450 000, mais aucun acheteur après paye plus que 400 000.
Exactement. Exactement. Même si ça vaut ça, ça vaut ça. OK? Ou le contraire, ça ne vaut pas ça, mais il n'y en a pas comme cette propriété-là, puis il y a 4-5 acheteurs qui veulent ça. C'est ça qui est arrivé lors de la pandémie. C'est qu'on n'avait pas assez d'inventaire, puis les gens voulaient acheter quelque chose, ils étaient prêts à payer plus. C'est l'offre et la demande, mais en général, ça revient pour une propriété, c'est le même principe. Okay? C'est le même principe. C'est bon? OK. Alors, c'est qui est responsable pour le prix?
Le vendeur.
Le marché.
Qui dit le marché? OK. Qui dit le vendeur?
Quand tu dis responsable, le prix qu'on va mettre affiché ou le
La responsabilité
Mais quel prix as-tu
Le marché.
de vente, le prix qu'on affiche.
Ah, ok, ça c'est une autre prix.
OK?
Le responsable.
Est-ce que, OK, on va revenir, OK, je vais vous poser une autre question. Les propriétés qui sont vendues, est-ce que c'est vous qui avez décidé le prix?
Non.
Est-ce que c'est le vendeur qui a décidé le prix?
Non.
Est-ce que c'est l'acheteur tout seul qui a décidé le prix?
Non. C'est le marché.
C'est le marché, oui. Donc, c'est le marché qui va dire, quand on dit marché, c'est le vendeur, le courtier, l'acheteur, son courtier, la banque, le financement, l'inspecteur en bâtiment. C'est le tout. OK? C'est un système. Donc, le système de marché décide d'un prix. Est-ce que c'est nous tout seuls qui le décidons? Non. Étant donné que vous n'êtes pas responsable pour le prix, il va falloir que vous l'expliquiez ça. Et quand vous asseyez avec un vendeur, le vendeur qui veut un prix X, est-ce que vous avez déjà rencontré un vendeur qui veut moins que qu'est-ce que ça vaut?
Non.
Est-ce que vous avez déjà rencontré un acheteur qui veut payer plus que qu'est-ce que ça vaut? Jamais. Okay? Jamais, jamais, jamais. Donc, le vendeur veut toujours plus, l'acheteur veut toujours moins. Ça va être quelque part entre les deux. La question, c'est, si vous n'êtes pas responsable du prix de la propriété, pourquoi avez-vous autant de problèmes à dire le vrai prix? Ça, c'est ma question.
C'est quoi la
Souvent,
question de nouveau, s'il vous plaît?
si vous n'êtes pas responsable du prix, okay, du marché. If you're not responsible, aujourd'hui c'est en anglais, je suis en train de parler français.
C'est correct.
Je sais, mais so if you're not responsible for the price, right? The price is the market that decides the price, right? So if you're not responsible for the price, why are you scared to tell them the truth? I know. Why are we?
We don't see enough properties, we don't know how to price them properly, we don't
Maybe it's
trust.
the confidence that you have.
No, I think you want
Yeah,
to
but if
please
it's
them
the
probably.
confidence-
You want to please them.
Yeah,
You want
because
to have the contract
Confidence or
signed,
lack
that's
of
it.
confidence.
You don't have
You want to get the
you
contract
want to
signed.
get that contract signed.
So you're willing to go against what
je
you
voulais
know
pas
that is
perdre.
true or right.
Okay, what's
So
true
we
or
don't
right?
make
Bella?
enough money.
Because we don't make enough money.
But
On
you
ne peut
won't
pas
make more
perdre
money.
le client.
You won't sell it.
Compétence, tu viens de le dire.
Are you go?
Ou bien,
Our ego.
You want them to like you, you want to be a.
Huh. I like that. It's yeah, could be. Yeah.
mon-
What else?
I think mostly because you don't see enough properties, so your confidence about pricing is not as.
Lack of skills, lack of confidence. I think it's
to convince them.
It's a marketing technique that some brokers use to market their likelihood to get the contract. That's it.
So tu veux pas perdre le client, you don't want to, and honestly, that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's where you guys have a hard time. Now, why you don't say it is exactly because of that. Because you're sitting there and you're like, this guy will not sign with me at
You wanna tell him what you're afraid,
560.
he doesn't want, he's not gonna be
He
happy.
wants 600. I don't want to lose this deal. Isn't that what you guys do?
But it's more complicated than this.
Tell me.
It's when you agree with him on a higher price, you have in the back of your mind, okay, let me sign with him now, and then later on he will discover, in real experience, that the market is not offering that price, and maybe he will go down to the price. This is actually what's happening in my
This is what goes on in your mind. Okay. So I think it's a combination of everything that you guys said, and I agree with all of you. And it is all the time. It's you don't want to lose that deal. But you gotta look, guys. You gotta be straightforward. You really, really, really gotta be straightforward. Doesn't mean that what you're gonna decide to do afterward. That's gonna be your job. It's gonna be your decision. It's your business. But you really need to be honest about it. So if you're not honest about it, there's maybe a lack of experience, lack of knowledge, lack of competence in that area. It happens. But let's go back. We understand let's say the problem, and we understand where it's coming from. Let me now ask you a question, because she answered something interesting, okay? Now that her phone doesn't vibrate, it's going well. So she said something interesting, and I don't know if you guys heard. She said lack of skills. Skills of what did you mean?
Handling objection.
Handling the objections. Guys, let me explain something to you. I'm going to explain something to you. I don't know what's the best way to do it. I'll explain it to you from my experience. Back in 2017, I was selling a lot of properties, but I always had like an average of about 20% that would expire or cancel, which was, I looked at the market, I looked at me, and it's not like I had more expireds. I had as many expireds on average than the market. So, and I'm the type of person that don't want to work more. If I have a certain number of hours that I want to work, that's what I want to work. So if I want to be making more money, I had to take on more listings, right? Or I had to take better listings. So with my coach, Larry, at the time, I said, Larry, how can I reduce this from 20% to 10%? Because look, simple. I take 100 listings in a year, I sell 80 of them, versus I take 100 and I sell 90 of them. Did I work harder?
No.
No. But did I make more money? Yeah. So how do I come to a point where I would sell, let's say, 100 of them? Now, look, listen to this. Is it better to take 100 listings and selling 80, or taking 100 and selling 90, or taking 90 and selling 90? Which one is the best?
97.
Now, if I want that, that means I have to let go of 10. That means I'm okay with losing more listings, which we were talking about. Sitting with a seller, he's not motivated enough, screw it, next. I had to take that ego and throw it away and say, you know what, it's all right. This guy, this woman, she's not motivated enough. I don't want to wait 8 months, drop her price. She's not motivated enough. I don't want that listing. That, my friends, is the hardest thing to do. To sit with a seller, you know they're motivated, you know they will sell, but just not enough. It's very, very hard to cancel a contract or walk away from a listing. Okay? But it's the best thing you could ever do to yourself. Why? Because you will not have to handle, unless I mean, the relationship is good and I know she's going to sell, I would take it a little bit overpriced and then I would adjust. But then what did I have to work on? I had to work on my skills. My skills were very good. I mean, I would go on a listing presentation, I would list 7 out of 10 easy. Okay, very easy. So compared to the market, my skills were already up there. Okay, but what was missing? I was strong in pricing, but I wasn't an expert in pricing. Okay, so I decided that year for 6 months, I would practice every single day on how to get any type of objection about price and be able to break that down in pieces and come down to the price I want. Okay? Who has ever seen me giving objection handlers on pricing? You've seen it, right? Can you walk away from the price I want to put it on? There's no way for you to walk away. Okay? Why? It's not because I was born with that skill. I wasn't born with that skill. I developed that skill. The only way to develop that skill is to be in front of a lot of people or have a lot of your colleagues with whom you could role play. Because your colleagues are the best role play people. You know why? They've heard all kinds of objections. So they could throw you a curveball and you haven't heard it before. Okay? So you need to understand the pricing of a property and you need to understand how to answer the objections on price. If you don't do that, you won't succeed in this business. And let me explain something to you. When you price it right, do you need to do a lot of customer service? No, because you sell it within a week or two. You don't have to call back every week, give reports, waste time, get calls from is it sold yet? Can I come and see it? You don't want that crap. What do you want? You want to go to the notary, get your check. That's what you want. So how to get from point A to point Z as fast as possible? Pricing. That's it. That's the only game in town. If you want to take a property and be able to go to the notary next month, price it. Okay? Okay. You had a question? Because your face
Oui,
looked like a
parce
question.
que moi, j'ai toujours une approche technique.
Je
Parce
sais.
qu'on ne peut pas connaître tout le marché. En son temps, on travaille un peu partout. Et non, aussi. Donc, souvent, le prix qu'on donne, genre, OK, c'est bon prix techniquement parlant, mais ça ne vaut pas pareil. C'est quoi le problème par rapport à ça? Est-ce qu'il faut réduire 10% du prix qu'on a évalué ou
OK.
c'est quoi?
So, la minute qu'ils signent le contrat, la seconde qu'ils ont fait. OK? Je les regarde, je dis merci beaucoup pour la confiance. Est-ce que vous voulez savoir qu'est-ce qui va arriver dans les 3 prochaines semaines? Oui, on aimerait ça. Et je vais la mettre sur le marché fort probablement demain ou après-demain. Et 3 choses peuvent arriver dans les 3 prochaines semaines. La première, on va avoir vendu la maison. N'est-ce pas merveilleux?
Oui.
La deuxième, on va avoir beaucoup de visites, mais on n'aura pas vendu la maison. Pas d'offre. Je ne parle pas d'offre, hein? Je parle de vendre la maison. Il y a une grosse différence entre recevoir une offre et vendre la maison. On n'aura pas vendu la maison. Alors, dans ce cas-là, on a juste un petit montant, juste un petit 5%. Dans le cas où on n'a presque pas de visite ou seulement peut-être 1 ou 2 visites, aussi, il y a une solution pour ça. On a juste un petit montant de 10%. C'est correct? Qu'est-ce qui s'attend à ce qui arrive dans les 3 prochaines semaines?
Vendu.
Une des 3 choses. S'il n'y a pas de visite, qu'est-ce qui s'attend comme conversation dans 3 semaines? Je leur ai déjà dit qu'on va l'ajuster de 10%. Parce que mon évaluation technique, c'est une évaluation technique. Ce n'est pas une évaluation, ce n'est pas le marché, ça. C'est le marché qui va décider de ta maison. Vous comprenez ce que je veux dire? Fait que même si vous êtes. C'est pour ça que j'ai dit, c'est pas l'expert, c'est pas l'évaluateur. L'évaluateur ne peut pas être un expert parce que ce n'est pas lui qui achète. Lui, il fait le travail de technique de dire ça vaut techniquement ce montant-là. Combien de fois vous avez vu une propriété qui s'est vendue au prix exact de l'évaluation foncière? Jamais. Jamais. Un petit peu plus, un petit peu moins, un petit peu plus, c'est jamais le bon prix. Pourquoi? Parce que l'évaluation, c'est pour des fins de taxation. Ça ne vaut rien, ça. Dépendamment des secteurs, des propriétés qui se vendent plus cher, d'autres qui se vendent moins cher. Okay? Fait qu'il ne faut pas regarder des évaluations. Oui, c'est correct d'avoir une évaluation. L'évaluateur vient là pour confirmer que le travail du courtier a bien été fait. C'est vraiment ça son travail quand il vient pour la banque. C'est-à-dire, c'est vrai, là, ça vaut vraiment 500 000, ça vaut vraiment 600 000. C'est bon? Alors, est-ce que ça répond à ta question? Oui, OK. Mais cette conversation-là, Najib, cette conversation-là, il faut que tu l'aies avant. Il ne faut pas que tu attendes dans 3 semaines pour leur dire ça. Moi, c'était mon erreur au début. J'attendais, puis au bout de 3 semaines, je leur disais qu'est-ce qui se passait. Mais maintenant, je ne le fais plus. La minute qu'ils signent le contrat, je parle des 3. Puis là, je leur fais répéter des fois. Est-ce que ça a été clair? Oui. Fait qu'est-ce qui peut arriver dans les 3 prochaines semaines? On peut avoir vendu la maison. Oui, oui. Puis 2, ben, on va ajuster un petit montant de 5 Quand? Ben, si ça ne se vend pas. Non, non. S'il y a beaucoup, beaucoup de visites, ça ne se vend pas. Ah oui, 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 oui. Vous vous souvenez du 10 Oui, c'est quand il n'y a pas de visite. Je ne veux pas que tu penses que je vais l'ajuster de 5 quand il n'y a pas de visite. Quand il n'y a pas de visite, c'est 10 Parce que 3 semaines, là, c'est un sixième de votre contrat qui vient de passer. Là. Si vous ne faites pas votre travail immédiatement, vous êtes dans le deux petits caractères. Oui.
J'aimerais savoir que le propriétaire avocat 1 à 5, en l'espace de 3 semaines qui ont la certitude de viser. Est-ce que tu
Ça dépend, c'est où? C'est dans quel secteur?
Kirkland,
Kirkland, combien qu'il manque? 4,5?
1,45.
4,5, tu dois avoir une méchante capacité de propriétaire Kirkland.
Non,
1,45?
Ouais.
1,45 Kirkland, qui n'est pas
Oui.
loin de là. La moyenne, c'est quoi? 900 000 aujourd'hui, Kirkland? À peu près? Pas loin de là. Quasiment. En tout cas, OK. Tu as eu combien de visites en 3 semaines? 8, c'est 5 Oui, 8, c'est quand même beaucoup pour une propriété de 1,4. Donc, c'est bon. 5 je pense que tu devrais être. Oui. Ben, en tout cas.
Personne non.
Mais la bonne nouvelle, c'est qu'une fois que tu l'ajustes, tu dis la même chose. Mais non, mais ça, c'est la réalité. On le veut une fois. Regardez, la pire erreur que vous pouvez faire, les amis, la pire erreur que vous pouvez faire, c'est pas suivre ces règles-là. Si vous arrivez qu'il n'y a pas beaucoup de visites, puis vous ajustez de 5 vous avez fait une grosse erreur. Je vais vous dire pourquoi. Parce que, il n'y aura pas plus de visites. Ou peut-être un petit peu plus, mais elle ne se vendra pas. Et ça, c'est 1. 2, vous venez de perdre votre chance d'ajuster le prix. Le vendeur, dans 6 mois, il peut vous donner jusqu'à peut-être 2 à 3 fois un ajustement de prix. Jamais il va vous en donner plus que ça. Des fois, ils sont seulement une fois. C'est quelque part entre 1 et 3. C'est pour ça qu'on dit 2 à 3, oui.
Quand on dit visite, et bien sûr qu'il ne présente pas d'offre, est-ce que c'est relié les visites qui ne sont pas données d'offre, est-ce que c'est relié seulement au prix? Parce qu'il y a des gens
C'est toujours le prix.
OK. Oh.
Allez, ils vont te donner toutes les excuses de la planète. C'est toujours le prix. Les chambres sont trop petites à cause du prix. Le secteur n'est pas beau à cause du prix. Parce que si le prix aurait été plus bas, il l'aurait acheté. Ou il ne serait jamais allé. Ça serait quelqu'un d'autre qui l'aurait
Parce
acheté.
qu'il y a des fois qu'on voit quelque chose sur les images qui sont affichées, mais en réalité, on ne voit pas.
Il est moins beau que les images, donc.
Non, à côté d'un autostrade, par exemple.
Oui, donc l'emplacement. Tu ne l'as pas vu, c'est à côté de l'autoroute. Parfait. Ça veut dire que le prix que tu as mis, c'est pour une propriété qui est loin de l'autoroute. Si elle serait proche de l'autoroute, ce n'est pas le bon prix. C'est toujours le prix. Oui.
Price overcomes all objections.
All objections. Put it for $1. You're going to have a lineup. You're going to have a lineup of people, and they're going to bid and overbid and overbid and overbid, and you're going to sell it at the price of the market. Okay? I always tell them this. When they're always scared, look, sellers are always, but what if I'm missing out on more money? So let me ask you something. If I were to list your property for 99 cents tomorrow morning, you think you're going to sell it for 99 cents? I know. How much do you think you're going to sell it for? Well, I don't know, maybe more. Okay, how much more? Well, I don't know. How about the market? Would the market know? Yeah, I think so. So a lot of buyers would show up, yeah. Everybody would make offers, yeah. Somebody would give you the right price? I think so. If you're far above, what's better for you, to have lower price and a lot of offers, or high price and no visits? Which one do you prefer?
Lower offer.
So let's look, if it's worth 500, let's, for 400, let's see how many offers we can get. Well, I don't wanna do that, Fadi, okay, whatever. But at least they understand the concept, yeah, makes sense?
Yes.
And if it doesn't, look at it the other way. You always put them in the buyer's shoes. So if you follow the scripts that Mike has taught us, the scripts are simple. They're always putting the seller in a buyer's shoes. If you were a buyer, Mr. Seller, okay, if you decided, let's say this property is sold, right? And you decide you and your husband or you and your wife and whatever, okay, you and your girlfriend want to buy a house. Okay, let's put on your buyer's hat, and you have two identical homes. Very, very, very identical, like very similar. Same size of room, same number of rooms, same area. They're two neighbors. One of them is 500,000, one of them is 400,000. Which one would you visit? Oh, the analyticals will tell you, well, it depends. I stop and I say, if they're identical, same color. Just so I don't go through.
That's what Najib.
I like the personality.
That's how, yeah. So if they're identical, Mr. Seller, one is 500, one is 400, which one would you visit? Well, obviously the 400. Why? Because it's a better price. See, people are looking at your property the same way. Okay. So, yeah. Good. Okay. So is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I was saying to you that you should never, ever, 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 ever accept to reduce less than that 5 or 10%. Now, I'm not saying less than 5%. I'm saying 5 or 10, depending on the number of visits. So if the property is listed for 500,000 and you have no visits or one visit, you don't accept to go to 475, guys. They're gonna tell you, okay, let's try it 480. Let's try it. Say, you know what? Let's give it another week. Think about it for another week. I suggest 449. Let's take a week to think about it. Well, Fadi, I don't want to reduce that much. I understand. I'm not going to reduce anything if you're not going to reduce to that point. So let's give it another week. And then next week, give them another break. The week after, reopen a conversation. Now, the conversation always has to go through where? Has to go towards what they need. So, Mr. Seller, let me ask you this. When we met, when we got your listing, you told me that you wanted to move to Laval. Is that still the case? Yeah. Why was it again that you were moving to Laval?
Because I need something bigger.
You need something bigger. Why specifically Laval?
Because it's close to all my family and friends, and I want to get closer to my family.
Okay.
Especially that I'm building a family there. My parents live there. It's going to be nice for my
Good.
kids.
So would you want to do that this year or in 2 years?
This year.
This year, okay. So let's do the right thing. Let's put it at the right price so someone would buy it and you can move to Laval. You guys got to understand there's a motivation that they have. There's a reason why you signed a contract with these people. It's because they have a plan. Their plan sometimes has to do with the selling of their home. If I don't get 500,000, oh my God, how am I going to get enough money to buy this? That's not your problem. That's not your problem. What they have in their mind about price has nothing to do with you guys. What has to do with you guys is when do you guys want to leave? Because at the end of the day, let's say it's worth 450, okay? And they want 500,000. Can that happen? Mm-hmm. Can you sell it for 500? In reality, can you sell it for 500? If it's worth 450. I'm not saying your valuation says it's 450, but there's not a single buyer, even in COVID. Even in COVID, we had expireds, okay? Even during COVID, even in COVID, okay? So if no one in Montreal is willing to pay more than 450 for that property, is it worth 500?
No.
So can he sell it for 500?
No.
Yes, maybe in 3 years. So that's why I asked him, when do you want to do that? Not where only, okay? Where is a location? When is the time? Use it. It's your advantage. Well, Fadi, I won't. There's no way I'm going to sell it under 500,000. I said, great. Why don't we do this? Why don't we extend the contract for another, 36 months. I said it, man. 10 years? I didn't hear that. I heard 10 months. 36 for 10 years. Why don't we extend the contract for 36 months? The good news is I'm sure that we could sell it by 2027.
Never happened, right?
Really?
No, no.
They'll never say that. They'll look at me and it's like, what, is this crazy?
I'll probably be
And then
replaced
I
by
asked
my
him again.
grandchildren by then, but it'll be in good hands.
You'll get 500. Okay? So then I play another game. I said, let me ask you this. The problem is this. Let me ask you. Let's say I do sell it in 3 years at 500,000.
You buy.
The property you're gonna buy, would it go up or down?
Oh.
Okay, so you're gonna pay more there too.
Especially
So
in
really,
his
is it
case.
worth it?
900.
Especially in his case. the
Especially
property
his-
is more
Exactly. So you guys need to understand and need to play with pricing, because pricing is the name of the game. That's the only name in town. Okay, the only game. Everything else is not true. Okay.
Fadi, I have
Yes, sir.
a weird silly question. 49 or 50?
I was less. Less is always better.
I mean.
I
people
prefer
are-
49.
Less is more.
Less is more.
People are aware of those.
It doesn't matter. They still see it.
They fall
They
into
still
it.
fall for it. Okay, everybody still falls for it. 999 is not a million. I don't care what you tell me. It's never going to be a million. It's never going to be a million. Okay, it's just that thing. Yeah, I would always do that. Or actually, the best number would be a 7. So 497 would be the best number. It's better than 499. Okay, 7 is really, it screws up their mind completely. But in real estate, it doesn't really make a big difference. Okay, but I still like to have a 4 instead of a 5. So if I have $500,000 property, it's definitely going to be listed at 499. It's never going to be listed at 500. Okay, 5 is bigger. It's just bigger. Okay, so, but it won't make a difference at the end, right? We all know that. It's just it looks better on paper. So what is the problem? What do we have as agents as a problem about pricing? What is our main problem about pricing? Have you noticed that when we talk about money, we tend to overtalk? Let me show you. Let me show you an example. Danielle, I suggest you the price of $499. Because, at $499, I think we can get a lot of buyers. Versus, Danielle, I suggest you the price of $499. Would you sign the contract?
Let me think about it.
Someone's going to talk. It should not be you. It should never be you. You set a price, shut up. Zip it. Not a word. Let him say something. So go ahead, say it.
C'est une objection.
No, we could do Sure, why not?
Well,
Let's have fun
Fadi,
with objections. I love it.
Fadi, let me think about it. I mean, you're the first agent. I have another agent to see, so I will sleep on that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's a big decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you something. What is holding you today from signing a contract with me so I could sell your house tomorrow?
Well, I commit with the other agents, and I want to respect my decision about the fact that I'm giving a chance to do his presentation as well.
Okay. So I'm guessing what I said to you is not enough for you to take a decision immediately, correct?
Okay, it makes sense for me. Makes sense to me.
So what makes the most sense?
The price.
Price makes sense?
The price makes sense.
Okay.
I think the retribution you're asking makes sense
Makes
too.
sense,
And I mean, you seem to know what you seem doing well, so I trust you. But for me, it's a big transaction. I want to have another point of view.
Oh, you know what? That's very, very interesting. So can I ask you another question?
Sure.
Do you mind? So you're going to meet the other agent. Who's the other agent again?
Vincent from Remax.
Oh, Vincent from. Oh, yeah, I know him well.
Oh,
So let me ask you: would you want me to give him the first opportunity to get you a buyer?
Sure.
Okay, so why don't we do this? Why don't we sign the contract today? What I'm going to do is when I get out, first person I'm going to call is Vincent, and I'm going to tell him that I have the contract with you. And if he has a buyer, he's going to be the first one to be allowed to come into your property with a buyer. How does that sound?
I'm just afraid he's going to be pissed about that.
Oh, don't worry. I know him very well. I'll take care of it.
Okay, if you say so.
You guys have the guts to do that?
No,
Did it once.
no, no.
So what if I show you my family friend who's an agent, I still have.
What's his name? Let me
Not
take his name.
business.
Well, I'm not his family friend. Absolutely. Let me have his name. What's his name?
Because it's gonna create big problem.
Really? So you want to list with your friend just to make him happy, or you want to sell your home? Which one do you want?
My friend. Ok, là,
She
sinon,
said- she
ok,
said
on prend un
girlfriend.
scénario
Okay,
d'un
you know
ami.
what? I'm gonna have fun with her.
Ok.
Yeah, why? You're gonna give me objections? I'm gonna have fun with it. Oh, your family friend. Great. So what's their name? I'm sure I know them. What's their name? Jonathan? Jonathan.
Karim.
Kareem. Oh my
Kareem,
God.
yes.
Kareem from Royal LePage. I know him super well. He's my partner. He's gonna be happy.
Karim is my cousin, and
Is
if I
he?
don't list with him, he's gonna kill
Oh
me.
my
So
gosh.
I owe it to him at least to just sit down with him and see what he has to offer.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why did you meet Kareem before me?
Because I was busy when he wanted to come, and
Oh.
we had to postpone it because I promised you that I will see you today. So
Oh, okay.
out of respect for your time.
Makes it. Well, I really appreciate that. Can I ask you another question?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You see, I'll never talk until she answers. I won't talk. So, does Kareem sell a lot of properties in this neighborhood?
I haven't checked really.
Okay. Can we check together? I can do that with you. So let's go online. So Kareem.
Oh, look, he has a property like 2 streets
Oh my
away.
God, absolutely. Let me
Yeah.
check. How long has it been on the market?
30 days.
30 days. I wonder how many visits you got on that one.
That I don't know.
So what I'm trying to say to you guys is they're always going to have a friend in the family or some other guy they want to visit. And it's possible you don't get all the listings. It's okay. It's normal.
Yeah.
But these are questions that I would have known in advance had I pre-qualified her. I guess she didn't pre-qualify her sellers. One of the questions is, are you meeting other agents? Yes, I am. I normally ask who. I want to know that he's meeting Vincent or Kareem, you know?
Yeah.
And they always have a friend or family, somebody in the family. So you're saying to me that if you don't list with Kareem, he's going to be angry at you? Is that what you
I
said
mean,
to
like,
me?
he will feel,
You treat it.
obviously he's not gonna feel good, about it.
So what is more important for you? Let's be honest. Is it to satisfy a friend and a family, or is it to sell the home?
No, of course, to sell my
So why don't we
property
do
at the
this?
price I want.
I'll do you the best deal ever. You sign the contract today. I won't put it on the market until you see Kareem tomorrow, but I'll still call Kareem and give him the rate the first chance. How does that sound? Feel comfortable with that? I'll take care of Kareem. Feel comfortable? Yeah.
To me, as
Why doesn't she want to sign with me? She likes me. Why doesn't she want to sign?
Because she feels guilty.
She
Exactly.
feels guilty.
That's
And
it.
you go.
What did I do with him? I removed the guilt. I'm going to call him. I'll do the same with Kareem. Why don't we? I'll even offer him to co-list. If I feel that I'm going to lose this deal because it's really her whatever really close relative and I'm going to lose it, I'll call Kareem and co-list with him. How do you feel about that? No, yes, I'm happy with that. There you go. See, I pushed her a bit, and I saw there's no way around it. There's no way around it. I feel it, right? Let's say she's really completely closed off. If I will try a few times and I feel that closed off, I'll offer it. So look, good news, you're gonna have 2 amazing agents working for you.
I'm fine with
Would
that.
you like that? Great. Let's sign the contract. I'll take care of Kareem.
So that's
I'm
what
not
you-
gonna wait for Kareem to
But
take
how
care of
can
it.
I sign a contract?
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll send you an amendment with Kareem's signature on it. I'll take care of it. Kareem Delati, right?
Yeah,
From Royal LePage?
yeah.
Don't worry about it. I know him very well. Me and him are like this, very, very good friends. Yeah, I'll take care of it. And I've done it. I've co-listed with people from Remax and from whatever. When I feel there's nowhere, but I don't let them
But that's
co-list
a
with me.
good
I
one.
co-list with them.
So
I
you're
call
the
them back
main
and say, hey,
listing.
you don't need to go tomorrow. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna co-list. What do you mean, Fadi? What did you do again? Oh, look, I got the contract. I'm just waiting for the amendment for you to sign. That's it.
So
That's
why
my
you see
cousin.
two different agents.
Sometimes you'll see it. No, it's not because of
I
that.
saw
moment.
yesterday, two
It
different
happens.
agents.
It happens. Or sometimes it's divorces. Sometimes it's many different things, right? Everyone wants his own agent.
Oh, but that's very good,
But that I will
combine
never
the-
give her that until I feel I'm not gonna walk. Look, guys, the minute I walk away from this 2 meetings, I'm never gonna listen to these 2. If I walk out of his house or her house, I'm not listening. 9 out of 10, I will not get that listing. I'm sitting there, you either sign or you get out. It's one of both. Okay? I'm never gonna walk away without a signature. Make sense? Okay. Any other questions about that? No, we're good? Okay. So, okay, this we covered. Yep, we covered that. Okay, one of the things that you're going to need to have with you is a lot of statistics, guys, because you will end up in front of a Najib one day. Okay, and no, but I'm not. It's funny. It's because we're buddies. We're talking, but it's normal. There's going to be people that are very analytical, and they will want to see the numbers. The more you understand your statistics, the better your chances. Okay, the more you understand that, the more you bring in your statistics and bring as many with you as possible. Now, if you end up with a driver, he doesn't. I don't care. Like me, you're gonna. If you show me statistics, you're gonna be out of this house. I'm not gonna sign with you. So it's the opposite. Imagine me and Najib married. Now you got Najib on one side, who's super analytical. Fadi is the driver. Fadi is just gonna come in and say, "He's gonna say, okay, I'm okay with it," and he'll walk. I won't even sit for the damn appointment because I know he's gonna sit down for 2 hours.
Me and my husband.
I know.
It has 4 years to buy.
It's who wants to be their agent?
I did.
You became the agent at the end. That's true. You told me. Yeah. It's true. You told me.
Mais t'es driver analytique, non?
Moi?
Non.
Non,
non.
j'ai pas. Je suis analytique quand il faut, je regarde des chiffres. Quand c'est important pour moi, je vais regarder les chiffres.
Ok, je comprends.
Je vais y aller, mais moi, don't bore me.
Okay, so
just tell me how much it is. I don't even care what the damn commission is. Like really, I mean, I've sold properties. I did not even look at what the commission was. I didn't care.
Mhm.
It's going to be somewhere between 4 or 5, 6%. At the end, who's going to decide the price? Me. It's going to bring me offers. I'm going to say yes or no. Right?
Est-ce que le question game pour le prix marche quand c'est un driver? Do we play the question game for the price?
First of all, with a driver, you're not going to ask more than 2 or 3 questions.
Okay.
He's going to tell you go or don't go.
Okay.
Simple. And I'll be honest with you. If you guys see that the person on the phone is a driver, go see them. Well, you guys are scared of drivers. I don't understand why. We're not that scary. Okay?
They direct.
We're direct. As a natural, like this is our nature, direct. So yes. Oh, no. I'm not gonna get into that. Okay, but there's four type of personalities. You'll learn them with time. So a driver is a yes or no person. He's not a gray zone. It's black white. Where the gray is analytical. It's always gray, and they're either dark gray or light gray, but it's gray. So you need to with it. If you could be like a lot of people say, do I go first or do I go last? I'll tell you what personalities you go first. Drivers, expressives.
Okay.
Who do you go last? Analyticals and amiables.
That's good.
Okay, you like that?
Yeah. Like
Everybody always asks me, did I go first or last? It depends on how you qualify. Why do I do that? Because they don't want to make me feel bad if they are amiable. They promised me, and I called them so many. I want to be the last one, and they're gonna love me and they're gonna sign me. Okay? Analyticals. I'm gonna bring every damn statistic I can, so he decides then and there. That's it. He's done. He saw all the other 3. I'm the 4th one. The driver, I want to be first. I want to be in his house now. Because if you give him the price and the price makes sense, he will sign. Won't waste your time. Expressives, just talk to them about the next house. You don't even need to talk about this house. $499. Well, I don't like the price, but imagine with $499, once you get that money, imagine a beautiful new house. You're already there. Okay? They're done. Okay, let's sign. Let's move on. Okay? Isn't that true?
Yeah.
No, that's the expressive. Okay? Good. Okay, so I'm gonna let Sabina come in. And do you guys have any questions for me before Sabina kicks in? Any questions? Question? Arlene, any questions?
Merci.
Oui, toi, t'en as?
Non, non, merci, Fadi.
Okay,
Merci, Fadi.
Thank you, Fadi. All yours. Thank you,
Hi,
guys.
everyone. Good afternoon. We have two new people today. You guys know who I am already. Just a quick recap on Tuesdays of what's happening. What qu'il y a de nouveau. You guys, hopefully everybody opened the newsletter. Hopefully.
Yep.
Inside there's a little mention about a 2-day event that's coming up May 1st and 2nd. Okay, so we're working very hard to bring you guys some very unique and first time type of format. We took your feedback from last year's MFO and we are reorganizing the event to make it better. It'll be in English and in French. There'll be content in both languages. It'll be over the course of 2 days. Come on around. We have a different number of speakers that'll be coming in to talk to you about the landscape of 2024, how to get those listing presentations despite the challenging market. And we are offering an early bird special, which is already available online through the services website. When you go to shop, there's going to be a drop-down menu, and you should probably see a big pop-up because we are having the WhatsApp group is going to be coming in. Sydney will be coming in to do a special session on the 2nd. So we'll see your advertisement. So it'll be a great opportunity for you guys. A lot of different information, unique information that we're bringing to you. So 2-day event, early bird special till April 20th.
So one day is in English.
So
Sydney is going to be doing the English.
Sydney's doing the English version. We've had a few different requests. We're still ironing out. It'll be full French, full English, or will we do a little crossover?
Okay, nice.
We're still working that out depending on availability.
Okay, nice.
Okay, so more information to follow, but the event is confirmed, so you are more than welcome to hop on that and buy your tickets. We do have limited spaces, so I do encourage you to take advantage of the early bird special.
What is the event and how much is it?
The event is going to be downtown. The early bird special, the 2-day event is going to be at the price of $149 for 2 days. Everybody that was here last year going, ah! So we have changed around the format a little bit.
Come in the middle because these guys don't
Oh,
see
sorry,
you.
I am standing off there. Sorry, guys, I always forget about you. We wanted to make it more affordable for everybody. We really want everybody to take advantage of the knowledge. So we have changed the format before we did a sit-down lunch. We are not going to do that this time. There's plenty of places in the area, so that'll give you the freedom to do what you want to do, and we were able to bring down the price for you, which is what everybody really asked us to do last year. Okay. So if you have any questions, May 1st and 2nd, mercredi, jeudi, don't miss it.
Sorry, Sabina.
You didn't get the newsletter? It would have been for the month of March, the past. You trashed me, Abdullah? You trashed me. Let me know if you didn't get it. Take a look in your inboxes. It would have come out around, I think we did it on the Monday. So there was a bit of a technical glitch. It would be around the 19th, if I'm not mistaken.
So somebody is asking a question. Who was asking? Tracy, I think it was you.
Yes, I never got that email either, or if it did,
That's 3. Okay, so we're going to do a little digging on that one. It was not up for sale until this weekend, so you did not miss anything, but it was just for you to reserve the dates.
What would it have been called, Sabina?
Save the date for sure, May 1st. It would have been the newsletter that comes out from the services department. Monthly news.
Last one I got was on 18th March.
That's the one. If you look in there, it's in there.
Oh,
18th of
okay,
March.
I got it. Never mind. Thank
Okay,
you.
There was a little blurb about it in there just to save the date.
Good.
All right, guys.
D'autres questions?
Good.
More questions?
Good. Thank you.
Passez une belle journée, guys.
Merci, Fadi.
Bye.
Thank you, Fedi. Have a good night.
Guys, you too.